This transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's the ThinkSoJoe Show.
Keep going.
No. Yes, Wednesday nights.
Here
this
we
is
are.
what we do on Wednesday nights. We sit around in my no longer clean studio, and
It had its go.
it did.
Studio.
Well, you know, I had to put the Christmas tree in here, and
I know, it brings the clutter together.
it really does. I don't know. I just keep getting mail and stuff, and it's like, okay, I need to read this later. So I set it aside, and then it's like, oh man, like I still haven't read this.
Oh, I do the same thing.
It's all my health insurance stuff.
Yeah, it's important shit.
I kind of need to read that. Like,
Yeah.
like I know the enrollment period passed. It was last Saturday was the last day.
Great.
But I've enrolled, and that's what all this stuff is I think I need to give them more information or something.
Oh, yeah, they need a lot. They need a lot of information.
But I don't know like what to give them because I've already given them like, this is the money I've made this year. This is the names of the clients I've worked for this year. Like, what more do you want from me? You know, like, I don't know. But anyway, just prior to coming on the air, we watched an interesting video. It was some reviews of some toilet-based products.
That was amusing.
The one thing they didn't have that I think every home should have, they didn't have a poop knife.
A poop knife. We don't have a poop knife.
I know we don't have a poop
We
knife.
have two plungers.
That's why I gotta sit there with a plunger for 20 minutes after I poop.
You know, and it still hasn't dissipated by the time you're done plunging.
Nope, usually not.
Yeah.
But, yes, we are here on the allwny.com network, the ThinkSoJoe Show. We've got a show announcement coming up that for a show that's in 2.5 weeks. Like, we literally just finished booking this morning.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the the planning for the All WNY Awards, which is 2 weeks after that, is going on right now as we speak. You guys should really stop working right now, Ryan and Scott, and listen to what a real podcast sounds like, okay?
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah. Ryan was here today, and I said, man, you know, if you ever want to be on a real podcast, you know, and a grown-ups podcast, you know, one that actually goes live to air and doesn't record and edit in advance.
Right.
And plug some of your upcoming events, because he has some pretty cool events. I'll give him that. You know, you can drop by and we'll let you have some airtime to talk about your events.
Right.
Because we're nice like that.
Yeah, he's got a Festivus event coming up. It's an annual, from what I understand, it's an annual infringement festival fundraiser event or something. He's gonna come tell us more about it.
Yeah, he'll be here.
But some of our friends are playing.
Yeah, he might be here next week. He might call in next week. I don't know.
Yeah, but you guys will talk about it.
Because we have that capability. We just don't want some of you guys to know about it. Laura.
Oh, gosh.
Laura, who's now tweeting us, wondering why we're on the air. She's actually tweeting Scott, wondering why we're on the air. Because Scott knows a good thing when he hears it. We have to talk about, but you know, we're here to talk about, you know, toilet knives, poop knives, which has been a point of contention for us since we've known each other, is because you don't believe in poop knives.
Maybe the thing is that your poop is a little more solid than my poop, because mine tends to be on the soft side. I eat a lot of oatmeal. There's a muscular bottom.
That, yes, in the thumbnail, it looks like it may be photoshopped, maybe airbrushed a little bit.
It may be airbrushed, or it might be really bad lighting.
Maybe, that's entirely possible. A little bit of a tan line there. That's
it might just be the lighting, though. It might not be as much.
Here's the one we got earlier.
Butt.
Yeah, you said that was a cute butt. We got this earlier.
The one with the blue shirt?
Yeah.
Mark, cute.
We saw
cute
Mark.
Butt.
We saw Mark yesterday.
We did. I finally got to meet Mark.
We were at the Buffalo Sabres game.
You mean disappointment?
Ah, man, I have been in, I've been to wrestling events and I've been to Sabres games and I've been to like all these big events, but I've never heard anybody booed as badly as Keith Yandle was last night of the Florida Panthers.
Yeah,
except maybe Jaromir Jagr one time when he was in town playing against the Sabres.
I don't know.
I know you wouldn't know because you're looking at me like I don't know who Jaromir Jagr is.
I can't say that.
I'm watching Florida play last night, and there's a guy wearing number 68, and I'm like, that guy is not allowed to wear that number. Like, if Jaromir Jagr played for your team, you are not allowed to have the number 68. Like, he is one of the greatest of all time. But, yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
I guess.
Say that again.
I guess.
Jaromir
Jagr.
It sounds like a riddle. I don't know.
Jaromir Jagr. He used to play on the Pittsburgh Penguins along with Mario Lemieux.
Maybe I need to see it written
Tom Barrasso.
out. If I can see it written out, I can sound it out, even though I can hear how it sounds. You say it really fast, and, I mean, you've practiced. I haven't practiced.
Yes, we are on the air next week, Laura. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Laura.
That's your present.
We're just doing it for you.
Yeah, just for you. Apparently, Macaulay Culkin's in a new Google ad as Kevin McAllister. I'm going to have to watch that after the show.
Okay.
He did, I shared it on Facebook. I'm sure you didn't watch it, but he did the Angry Video Game Nerd.
No, I didn't.
He played himself in the Angry Video Game Nerd while they were playing all of the Home Alone video games.
Oh.
All of which were terrible.
Yeah.
The Sega Genesis one was the best one, and it was still terrible.
Wow. They'll make a game out of anything, though, won't they?
Yeah, well, there's a PlayStation, which I guess was like a European exclusive or something. I don't know if it was PlayStation or PlayStation 2, but it's like, why is this game coming out in the 2000s for a movie that was made in the early 90s? Macaulay Culkin, by the way, Laura, is the star of the 2 actual Home Alone movies.
Yeah, the ones you can sit through.
Yeah, the ones that people actually give a shit about.
Yeah.
I would no. I was going through my on this day on Facebook, and I saw a comment from Brian who's like, I guess there's a 5th one, but nobody wants to see that. I'm very excited to see this. He was the pizza boy, but then he was revealed to be Macaulay Culkin. So, there. In the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Oh, yes. So I missed it.
You missed it. It was great. It was. I typically I do watch the Angry Video Game Nerd every now and then if there's something I'm interested in. Mm-hmm. But it's few and far between. But when I saw the link to that one, it's like, ooh, I got to see this.
Okay. Okay, well, maybe I'll go out of my way and watch it.
Yeah.
I really don't do the YouTube thing too much.
I know you don't.
Music videos or to listen to music. But
Christian Martin, isn't that the singer from Coldplay?
I wouldn't know.
That's Chris Martin.
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
goes my joke.
Yeah, sorry.
There goes my joke.
Sorry, guys.
But, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to give away some CDs.
You have to pick a winner.
Well, we're not there yet.
Oh, no.
Because we started the poll in the middle of the show last week. So sometime during the show, we will find out which side won. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that more people listen to CDs than don't.
Okay.
And at 7 o'clock, our next poll is going to go live.
Yeah. What's that one going to be?
And I am giving, for that one, we're giving free entry to either our show on New Year's Eve with Cardboard Homestead, Yellow Sauce, Days Ago, and Tokyo Monsters.
Nice.
Or this show that is, the event page is going to go up at 8 p.m. We're just announcing this. It's 2.5 weeks from now. It is on January 5th. At the Tudor Lounge.
Okay.
It is Shambles, City Powered Radio, Ray and the Roaches, and the Scarecrow Show.
Great.
So you got your opportunity.
Some new names there.
Opportunity to, Ray and the Roaches is a relatively new band. They've had a handful of shows.
Well, they're new to our shows.
They are new.
Sure.
We've definitely never booked them before. We have certainly booked Shambles and City Powered Radio and the Scarecrow Show before.
Yeah, they're familiar.
I went to the Sabres game with the bass player from Shambles last week.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for dating my boyfriend.
Ryan took a bullet for you, right?
No. And you know what? You were a little rowdier at this last game after going to a game with Ryan. What's that all about? Did he bring out the beast or something?
Well, I mean, it was, how was I rowdier? Was I... You
were a lot more vocal and...
Because I was booing Keith Yandle?
Yeah, but everyone was.
I mean, that was... yeah, I think I scared you at one point.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it was like something rather aggressive, and you're not a very aggressive person.
Well, we're sitting there, and you just hear the announcement, Florida goal scored by number so-and-so.
Yeah.
And I just yelled, he sucks!
Oh, yeah. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I just did not expect it and didn't think, honestly, I didn't think it was that necessary.
I'm just glad you didn't jump and fall over. We were in the front row of the 300 level. That was.
I loved our seats.
Oh, they were great. I wouldn't sit there again because they were on the wrong side of the ice.
Yeah. But had they been on the side of the ice that you prefer, the other corner?
Yeah.
Or just the front row of the 300 section? I liked that.
That was nice.
I thought I was going to get vertigo, Mark was talking about.
I was really worried when we stepped down over the seats that I was going to fall.
I did too, especially because I almost did.
But then, once I was back on the ground, I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah, because my foot got caught in the cup holder.
And then there's that whole thing that I have about, tall things, right?
Yes.
And we're right under the American flag.
Oh, we were?
Yeah, we were. So when they're doing the national anthem, I always, look around and I'm looking for the flag, and the Canadian flag is off to the side of us, and the American one is right above us, and it's huge. And I'm just looking up at it I hope I don't fall, I hope I don't fall, I hope I don't fall, I hope I don't fall,
I just realized how much I make you look up when we're at concerts and stuff like that. Does that fuck with you?
Oh, no, that's fine.
But
being...
Because it was straight up?
Yeah, I mean, what freaks me out is, tall buildings or, huge poster, at the Eaton Center in Toronto. I don't know if you've ever been.
No.
The first time I went to the Eaton Center in Toronto, they had these huge movie posters.
Okay.
I mean 2 stories tall.
That's pretty cool though.
It is, but at the same time, holy shit, that's big.
So what, does it make you nauseous? Does it make you dizzy? What does it do?
It kind of just freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've always been that way. So big cities like Toronto or New York take me some time to get used to.
I hear ya.
But once I've been in the city for a little while, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm getting used to this.
Yeah, you assimilate.
Buffalo, I can, whenever I used to come to Buffalo when I lived in Niagara Falls, was always okay, I'm a little freaked out by the Main Place Mall, the Main Place Tower downtown, or whatever, the 1 HSBC Plaza or whatever it's called now, that. Those buildings always freaked me out. Now it's just hey, look.
How far away from the building do you say you have to be before it doesn't make you uncomfortable?
Probably not uncomfortable. I mean, across the street.
Okay. So it's not several city blocks.
Well, it depends how big the building is,
Okay.
But it's an actual, I always thought it was just weird, something unique to me, but I actually looked it up. It's something called batophobia.
BAT?
Yeah. And it's holy shit, okay, I'm not the only person that deals with this.
Yeah, well, we all have our fucking shit that we deal with, right?
Yeah, it's just, I just thought it was a weird kind of phobia, and it's...
Yeah. You thought it was just a quirk that was unique to you, and turns out it's an actual thing.
Turns out, yeah, if you Google, there's a name for it, and it's I've always been freaked out by the tall buildings, but the movie posters being that tall were just oh shit, and it's not it's just looking up at them. I could stand on top of them and look down and be oh cool.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Scott Leffler's going to fill in for Laura next week on the...
We'll miss you, Laura.
Scott's going to tweet us about Home Alone 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe Scott can watch Home Alone 5 with subtitles on and listen to us.
Scott is going to have to watch Home Alone 5 so that he can tweet about it next week.
Right.
While we're on the air and Laura's taking
doing something better with her time, apparently.
Taking her holiday, I would imagine.
I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Laura, what will you be doing? I don't like the delay. I wish that she would just answer right now.
She hasn't even heard you say it yet.
I know she hasn't. Oh, we were going to talk about the poll for this week.
We are going to talk about the poll. We're doing shoes. What order do you? I was only able to put the 2 options because I wanted to have keep up with the animated GIFs.
Okay.
And it only let me do 2 options with that.
Okay.
So there's not the option for it depends.
Okay, that sucks.
But the question is, when you put your shoes on, what order do you do things? Shoe, tie, or shoe, tie.
You can tell somebody with OCD came up with this question.
Yeah.
It was me.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a fascinating question, and I never really thought about it, but
and
I
now
realized
everyone's going to think about it.
But I realized that I do shoe, tie.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm wearing sneakers, and in that case, it's just like
slide on.
I haven't untied them from the last time I wore them.
Right.
So, so there's that. That poll's going to go up at 7:00. You can vote in that and win tickets to one of our next 2 shows.
That's cool.
It will be a good time either time. And I may or may not have bought 200 balloons to bring to Stamps on New Year's Eve.
Oh my goodness. And we may or may not, you may or may not have gotten a device to assist in the blowing up of said balloons.
I absolutely.
Which was the
speaking
most
of which,
glorious investment that you've made.
Speaking of which, our gold balloons are here.
Oh.
But yes, I bought an electric air pump.
Now, is this like a compressor that you could use for tires and shit?
I don't think so. I think it's like basically
maybe bicycle tires?
It's specifically for balloons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, but it's got 2 nozzles, doesn't it?
It's got 2 nozzles.
So, bam, 1 black, 1 gold.
So if you turn it on, they both blow air. But if you have it off, the one side you put the balloon on it and you press down and it and only that side inflates.
Either way works.
So that's perfect, it's great. And
Jen's gonna hate us.
Oh yeah, well, Jen hates us anyway.
Well, Jen won cookies from one of the contests that I did on the Karina's Cookies Facebook, and so I have to actually arrange with her when I'm going to get those to her. But if not before New Year's Eve,
Yeah. Jen hates us anyway, but she loves us at the same time.
I give her cookies.
And the last time that we brought balloons to an all WNY show at Stamps, Jen was blowing up the balloons.
Okay, she can't be mad then.
Yeah, she was helping. She was helping create the mess.
Yeah.
And then of course Leland contributed to the not being able to clean up very efficiently by telling everybody to stomp on the balloons.
Right.
Like, no. Chuck and I will pick them up and put them in the garbage can and then stab them.
There's method.
Yeah, that's how we clean them up. Like, that's the easiest way to do it.
You kill.
Yeah. So, we got this air pump now, so it's not gonna be me and the band standing there for an hour before doors open blowing up balloons.
Guys, should we load in gear? No, man, there's only like 3 more yellow balloons.
Being completely out of breath. I know Anthony from XM Priory is like, you motherfucker, why didn't you get that before?
I don't think we knew it was going to be a thing at that point.
We've done balloons at least 2 XM Priory shows at Stamps. So.
Yeah.
You know what? We really need to bring the Dreadnecks to Stamps.
Oh, that would be fun.
Where we have balloons and they have all of their shit. So then you've got balloons and you've got streamers and you've got confetti and all this other shit flying around. Oh man, great. Jen would really hate us then.
I would stay and clean up.
I try to help. I know.
We stay after class.
I remember when Jen was first introduced to me and she said, You're the motherfucker I have to clean up after all the time with these goddamn balloons. Like, yeah, that's me. And that was the first night I helped clean up. Like, all right, I got you. I'll help.
Yep.
There's me and Chuck picking up balloons, throwing them in a garbage bin. Like,
yeah. Well, at least you guys got the system down now.
Yeah, as long as
Leland doesn't try and interfere.
Yeah, Leland was offering suggestions for who could play this January 5th show. And I was right on the verge of echoing Ryan's usual sentiments of eat shit, Leslie. But I decided against it and said, no, I don't think your suggestions are going to happen, bud. He originally suggested Think So Brain. Oh. And then liked our Facebook page.
Oh.
And then I said, nah, it's not going to happen. And he said, okay, Bad Religion.
What the fuck?
Or maybe it was Bouncing
cool?
Souls. It was one of the two of them.
Somebody on regular rotation.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, good luck with that.
Poop night. What am I missing on Messenger, Mark?
No, we were talking about poop knives.
Oh, he misheard. He his mind went to some sort of kinky. Oh no, it went to you don't poop every night. Okay. No, I thought he was gonna go like scat with that.
Yeah, no, a poop knife is like if you take a really big shit, it's something to like basically chop up the shit so it'll flush.
I mean, I understand now that you have, enlightened me over the last year.
I do believe we started that conversation on a Facebook post that somebody had, it was like a Tumblr post that somebody screenshotted and posted on Facebook or whatever, know. But like, yeah, it's, I always had one growing up. And you're just like, no, that's weird.
I can't believe that I didn't, because I definitely had some stomach issues, and, like, I disrupted the plumbing in the house more than once. But, like I said, I guess I have softer stools. They go down easy.
And this is why we're the #1 podcast on all WNY, is because we talk about our shit.
It's kind of
quite literally.
It's kind of like South Park winning an Emmy.
Yeah.
Or, was it an Emmy?
Probably, I don't know.
I don't know. It's something shiny.
I was watching a video last night of 4 adult remakes of the Flintstones, and not like adult like Mark,
like XXX,
like Mark would send us, but like adult in like the Family Guy,
right?
Sort of way. And they talked about the Seth MacFarlane Flintstones reboot that never came to fruition.
I didn't even know.
I knew about it, and I was, and as soon as I started watching this video, I'm like, whatever happened to Seth MacFarlane's Flintstones? And apparently he couldn't figure out how to make Fred Flintstone different from Peter Griffin.
Okay, that's reasonable.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, he does, it falls into the formula of his shit. American Dad.
Sure.
I don't know. It's the same formula. Kinda.
But, so they were talking about, like, there was a special on Cartoon Network. It was called The Flintstones on the Rocks, and it was Fred and Wilma going through some marital troubles.
Oh, shit.
Right? And apparently this episode, this special only aired once, never came out on DVD or anything. Like, it's gone.
Wow.
Yeah. But they had plenty of clips of it in the video.
Someone's got it somewhere.
So it is out there. So I'm sure somebody probably videotaped it. Somebody, hey, if anybody listening to this has a video cassette copy of the Flintstones on the Rocks that you taped off a Cartoon Network, send it my way, because I do have a VCR.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
Heck yes.
I totally want to see this now that I've watched that. There's all kinds of things you can, like lost episodes and shit like that. It's a huge rabbit hole to go down if you watch YouTube, is like lost episodes of TV shows.
I mean, I'm sure it is. It's just like I don't have the patience for YouTube and all of those rabbit holes that it's going to take me down. I would rather make cookies and listen to ska.
One of my favorite episodes that you'll never see on TV is Dexter's Laboratory Rude Removal. And you can find it. It's on YouTube. It's out there. It was basically made for like conventions. They take it to conventions to show it. Dexter invents a machine that will remove all of his rudeness.
That's cute.
And make him make him really nice. And then then what he doesn't count on, him and Dee Dee go through the machine, of course. What he doesn't count on is it takes his rudeness and makes a copy of him. A very rude copy of him that's like swearing at his mother and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. There's an episode of Tiny Toons where they get drunk.
Really?
And they get drunk, they steal a cop car, and they drive off of a cliff.
No shit.
And die. Yeah.
Okay, I really want to see that.
And this is a legitimate episode of Tiny Toons. It aired once.
Wow.
It is also on YouTube. If you look for it, it's out there.
Okay, I just decided YouTube is cool, and maybe I'm
Yeah.
going to try that shit again.
Yeah, this is, no,
Do you have John Cena tapes to
I
watch
do-
on the VCR?
I do not. Go ahead, tell her.
Oh my God.
Tell her what I did yesterday.
Oh my God, he's in the shower. How did it all start?
I was trying to find Hulk Hogan in the wrestling boot band.
Oh my God. You know what? Like, I don't follow the wrestling shit. So, okay, he's like calling out, like, Alexa, play this wrestling song, play this Macho Man wrestling song, play this, and
It was a song from Macho Man's rap album.
yeah, it was great because it was like watching karaoke. Only, I mean, I wasn't watching Joe shower. That's weird even for us. So I don't know. I'm just sitting there like listening to him in the shower. I don't know what.
I wasn't like singing along, mostly.
Mostly.
Mostly. Like, I don't know the words to Macho Man's rap songs.
I mean, it was fun. I'm off track. Go ahead.
But I did play a song by John Cena.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You did.
I did. But the best part about that song is Bumpy Knuckles' verse, so, you know.
Oh my God. You're fucking adorable, Joe. Like, you're like a cartoon character.
I just really wanted to listen to I Want to Be a Hulkamaniac, but apparently Amazon doesn't have it on Amazon Unlimited.
Wasn't there a Hulk Hogan cover song, though?
Yeah, there was some band did a cover song of I Am a Real American, and it was great.
Okay.
It was really well done, and it was just like, holy shit, like, I could get into this. I wonder if they do other wrestling covers.
Did you ever find out, did you ask Alexa who it was?
You know what? If I go back on my tablet, it'll tell me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know what Alexa is capable of.
Or I could just ask Alexa to play, Hulk Hogan in the wrestling boot band, and it'll play it again, I think.
Okay, that'll work.
You should have heard me. See, we're talking about I'm listening to songs by wrestlers. Like, I listened to Fozzy right after that, a couple of songs.
Yeah.
I made the mistake. Here's why the Sabres lost yesterday.
Oh, my God.
I made the mistake. I listened to Steel Panther before the Sabres played the Panthers.
You asshole.
It's my fault.
I was worried that I wore one sock with, what was it? Yellow and black stripe. So it was a saber. It was like Sabres colors kind of. And then one was a green and blue stripe. And I was like, oh, I don't know what team we're playing. I don't know what their colors are. Oh, no, what if they lose? It's going to be because I wore the wrong socks. Like,
nope, it was me listening to Steel Panther.
I thought it was because Mark was there.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, Mark's asking me, like, where I get my tickets and how to get them cheap, and I'm telling him, and I don't know why, because they lost with him there.
I know, I don't know what we're going to do with him. I don't know.
But I was really angry with Alexa the other day.
I heard you cussing her out.
I was yelling.
Oh, my goodness.
I wanted to listen to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Right.
Nothing but a cheat. And it's like, here's the lullaby version. Like, no, that's not what I want. I want Dr. Dre. Like, play Nothing But a G-Thang by Dr. Dre. And it's like, I don't have a song called Nothing But a G-Thang by Dr. Dre. Like, Alexa, play the album The Chronic? And it's like, I don't have an album called The Chronic. Like, what the fuck?
I don't.
This is Amazon Unlimited Music. Like,
You don't.
like
This is basic
why,
shit here.
Why in the world would I pay for this if you don't have one of the biggest rap albums of all time?
You must have pronounced it wrong.
I did not pronounce it wrong.
Laura, he's not blaming Steel Panther. He's blaming himself for listening to Steel Panther.
I blame Keith Yandle. Anyway, here is, this is Brian.
Oh, we miss Brian.
This is Brian, and we hope Brian gets well soon.
Yeah, he bumped his head, but he's back to work and stuff. Like, he seems to be improving a little bit.
He's hanging out in the dark room with Jason Pominville, getting concussion protocol.
Right. But we miss him, and
speak for yourself.
I am going to send some Christmas cookies. Don't tell him. I know he's not listening, so he won't know.
Yeah, he's a jerk. He doesn't listen.
Well, he's probably doing voiceovers.
Yeah.
Because he worked at the Riviera earlier, I think, today.
And Mark says it's not his fault, and then sent another ass. Because Harry and it got like random tattoos.
What is it a tattoo of?
I don't know.
Zoom in.
We're
zooming in on the ass. Nope, we're not zooming in. Oh, we're zooming in.
That's his.
It looks like maybe he got shot with a paintball.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what his tattoo is supposed to be. But anyway. Here's Silence the Cynic, another Christmas song. All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show. Any second now.
Where is it?
Stockings are hung, the fire's going, the tree is up, the eggnog's flowing, the stars on the tree usher in joy, newspaper wrap presents covering these toys, but what do I have for you? This guitar that I play for you, these words that you know are true, it's just another Christmas song. I'm a million miles away, but I'm always in your heart. Jaguars, Ferraris. If I had more than just pennies, I'd get you that many you want so much. Wouldn't have to use you as my crutch. Get you a library with every book, just so I get to see that one look from you.
Silence the Cynic on all WNY. It's the only Silence the Cynic song we could play because the rest are covers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They're all CCR covers. They're all actually pretty good.
They are. I wonder, well, I can imagine he hasn't been up to much doing Silence the Cynic stuff lately because he's been so busy with his other stuff. We should have Brian over.
We should
have him over for meatloaf or something.
Except Brian doesn't like us.
Oh, we can.
Brian doesn't like anybody.
But I have cookies.
Brian likes cookies, so maybe Brian would come
You know
over.
what, though? I don't have any oatmeal chocolate chip right now, so maybe I'll do that for Christmas.
What did I say on the ThinkSoJoe Show about Brian? That's like...
Oh, my goodness.
I didn't say anything about Brian. I said he got hurt, and we're wishing him the best.
Yeah.
That's what I said on the air, anyway. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I miss Brian. Like, this time last year, well, a little bit before this last year, I was, like, hanging out with Brian a lot.
Yeah.
Like, on the road as his merch girl with Breaking Solace.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got pretty, you know, we bonded.
Yeah.
He's once you bond with him, once you break the exterior tough shell, you know, there, you know, I don't know. I really miss him. We had some good talks, good road time.
I enjoyed getting to hang out with Brian at Music is Art this year.
I know you did. I could tell.
I wanted to go home and I wanted to go to sleep, but it was like, nah, dude, stay here with me. I don't know anybody. I don't have anybody to hang out with. Like, all right, Brian, I'll stay. Hey, we got a Christmas card from Jackknife Stiletto.
I know. I love that they do that.
Yeah, that's our second one. We got both of them up there now.
I know.
We're gonna
have quite a collection.
After a few years, we're gonna have to find another place for them.
I know. But maybe we can put them on that wall with the ticket stubs.
Oh yeah, that's
stickers and stuff.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, when we get physical tickets for whatever event it might be, concert, sporting event, blah blah blah. When bands give us stickers, when we get set lists, anything along those lines. There's a tapestry hung at the end of the hallway. Yes. There's a tapestry hung at the end of the hallway, and we have everything taped up there, and the stickers are stuck up there, and it's just like this hall of fame for, you know, what we've been doing.
Sure.
It's really cool. I don't know. It kind of makes me feel like my decorating style is kind of like high school locker.
There are several Inherent Vice set lists around.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were more than you realize.
It's just become a thing now where Nick will find me as soon as they're done playing. Like, here. Like, yeah, thanks, Nick.
I haven't talked to Nick in a while. I saw some pictures on the Instagram and the Facebook. His sister got married.
She did?
Congratulations.
I haven't had a real, like, in-depth conversation with Nick lately, but we've definitely touched base a couple of times.
That's good.
I think he messaged me after the show, after he listened to the show last week and said, you know, responded to some of the stuff we said on the show. And,
good.
You know.
Good.
I greatly enjoy talking with Nick Landers. He's a wonderful person.
The only thing is that it always seems like when he happens to text me or message me or whatever, it's like, oh man, I really can't talk right now because I don't want to have like a, hey, how you doing? Okay, I'll talk to you later conversation with Nick Landers. I want to sit down and catch up with him.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to know what's up with IV. I want to know what's up with his family. I want to know what's up with him. I want to know, you know, the state of affairs. I don't know. I don't want to just check in. I want to talk about something.
Absolutely.
So, we haven't A, had something to talk about, B, run into each other, you know. It's just, Nick, I miss you.
I'm very excited. I get to go hang out with my old buddy Mr. Old School Mike Rickard tomorrow.
I know you do.
We haven't hung out in a couple of years.
That is nuts.
I mean, you know, he's busy. He's got school and everything,
yeah.
And I'm always, you know, sit in the studio working or have stuff to do. So we're, you know, he's got a new book that's coming out. I don't know what I'm allowed to say about it, so I'm not going to go any further than that. But he's got a new book that's coming out, and I'm looking forward to getting to hang out with him. I guess I'm getting a review copy to check out.
Now, he's written another book before, hasn't he?
He's written a few books.
Okay.
I have a physical copy around here of Wrestling's Greatest Moments, which is autographed by Mike under the guise of Nydia Fan Legal Services. Which is, I used to call him Mikey Birdman, attorney at law, and I had this photoshopped picture of Harvey Birdman with his face sticking out from under the mask. And, but, you know, he also has a book out called Laughing All the Way to the Bank Robbery, which is about his time robbing a bank and spending time in jail.
I kind of wish that I had the patience to sit down and read, because I bet that's a cool book.
It is a fantastic book. It's really well written, and I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to read it before it ever went to publishing. And I'm
aren't you something?
I'm mentioned in the acknowledgments, I'm thanked.
Oh.
And I'm very happy about that, and I'm glad that the book came out and did well, and I'm glad that Mike is doing well after his whole ordeal that he went through in that book. And it really spoke to me about how people who are bipolar need to be on their meds.
And you're so patient with me. I guess I'm not likely to go rob a bank or anything. Like, I'm not that extreme most of the time. I've been there, but
Brian is asking to find out what Laura wants to say that we said about him or whatever.
Oh,
Brian, I have
you don't
no
want to
idea.
know.
This might be interesting.
Oh gosh, she's a creative one, isn't she?
I guess we're gonna find out here.
Yeah, I know.
I started the conversation in a Sabres group. I mean, I'm trying to find out what hockey jerseys, including Sabres jerseys, that the people in the group own. Because I myself, after probably tomorrow, will have 6 different Sabres jerseys.
Yeah?
Yeah, 6 different ones, and that means I need 6 more.
Okay.
Because there are a total of 12.
You need them all, or you're going to die.
I need them all, including the turd burger. I really wish I would have grabbed one of those when I could have got it for $13.
Yeah.
I will now. But I also just got in the mail the other day, yesterday actually.
Yesterday, yeah.
I got a New Jersey Devils jersey that was bought for me by a client.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Nice Christmas present. I told him, man, you really don't have to do this. And he's like, no, I want to. Like,
yeah.
Go ahead, pick your jersey. What do you want? Like, I'll give you the money.
That's so cool.
So he gave me $75 and I bought a New Jersey Devils Reebok jersey. I put it on, it looks good, and then I took a shower because I wanted to get the last place stink off of me before we went to see the Sabres play.
Maybe that's why they lost.
I still blame it on Steel Panther, but me listening to Steel Panther.
Your shower ritual was thrown off.
Maybe.
And that is why the Sabres lost yesterday.
I did listen to the Sabre dance before I listened to any of that. So
I mean, it didn't help.
I guess not. I mean, it would probably helped if the organist that was playing knew how to play it. But...
Oh no! Whoever the organist was last night wasn't as bad as some of the fill-in organists. But like the Let's Go Buffalo that they do,
he was off.
They can't, like, they pause too long.
Yes, I agree, absolutely.
And then it throws the whole rhythm off, and the Sabres lose. Sure,
I agree. And it's funny because I messaged Curtis Cook I tweeted to him and I said, hey, are you going to be at tonight's game? Man, you keep finding these games.
Yep.
I'm like, man, like, dude, really? And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be there tonight. I got rehearsal for whatever, like, oh man, like, I'm literally right above the organist. Like,
I know. It was cool to like look over the little glass thing, and I could have spit on the organist. I wouldn't. That's very rude. But if I had wanted to, I could have.
Spit on Keith Yandle.
My mother taught me not to spit on anybody, but I kind of always have wanted to spit on somebody. But I also hope that nobody offends me to the point where I want to spit on them.
And as far as Keith Yandle after the game, he basically said he thought that Skinner had injured one of his teammates.
Yeah. And
he was simply reacting to that and basically apologized.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe the next time the Panthers are here, we won't have to boo them the fuck out of the building.
Right.
But yes, it was a fun game until that penalty shot somehow made it past Carter Hutton and just sucked the air right out of the building, and just, oh man, was that awful. And then, it made me feel better because I got home and somebody in the Sabres group I'm in posted a goal that the St. Louis Blues scored on the Edmonton Oilers yesterday that, like, the puck was nowhere to be seen in the net. And it's like, okay, I feel better now if that one counted.
Right.
At least this puck went into the net at some point. The whistle probably should have gone before that, but hey, whatever.
So, hey, you know what I did this past weekend?
What did you do?
Well, I sold some cookies.
Ooh.
Where did I go?
Elmwood? Somewhere on Elmwood?
Yes, I went to a house party.
You did.
And they ordered so many freaking cookies. They ordered 6 dozen gingerbread and 6 dozen sugar cookies with frosting and decorations on the side. And this was cool. Like, it didn't go over that well, which I think for maybe like a younger or older crowd, it would have been a little bit better. But these people were there to play beer pong from what I saw. And I didn't stay long. It was, I was old for that place, I felt like, for one thing. And I can't drink. I was there alone because we had Madison, so you couldn't go.
Right.
And everybody was freaking busy. I mean, it's the holiday season. I understand. But, I couldn't find anyone to go with me. I'm like, I can't just sit in the corner by myself on my phone at a party. I was feeling like shit. I had the shakes. I had like tremors. But, fucking dropped off the cookies and, put my business cards there and, and they were going to take the leftover cookies to decorate at a school.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
We went to go pick up the table and some of your supplies and everything, and I was very disappointed because I was 2 blocks from Revolver Records and couldn't go.
I know, because we had too much stuff.
We didn't have time, and we had too much stuff.
We could have had time, but we had too much stuff.
It would not have been the first time that I had walked into a store or restaurant or anything on Elmwood with furniture.
I know.
Then
there were 2 boxes on top of, it would have.
I was telling you that story because of my friend Natasha and I. We were walking up Elmwood, and there's just this restaurant randomly selling furniture on the sidewalk. You have to go in the restaurant and pay at the counter for the furniture.
That's
so she
different.
buys this chair, and I was texting your sister, and your sister, well, I have a truck, I could come get you guys. Like, yeah, but or no, you know what it was? Is there was a desk. And I'm like, man, that desk, it was a nice, like, corner desk, right?
Oh.
And I was like, that would be nice. And your sister's like, well, I have a truck if you want to get it. I'm like, no, because I don't know if they're going to hold it for me overnight. I don't know if it's going to be here tomorrow. Like, I don't want to do all that shit. Like, I don't want to spend the money on it. So, Tasha and I are walking up Elmwood carrying this chair. We walked into ETS, set the chair off in the corner right by the door. It's like we're like the only people bringing our own chairs to eat at ETS.
Right.
But, it would have been nothing new for me to walk into a place on Elmwood with furniture.
I mean, we could have gone if you had really wanted to.
Yeah, but we got our Uber right in front of the place. We had to actually tell the guy where we were so that he didn't turn up the street over there that we were by. And, he was a nice guy. He was listening to shitty music, but he was a nice guy.
He was. And oh my God, I started saying something about shitty music, and I didn't even realize that I was talking about the shitty music he was listening to.
Yeah, right.
Like, my alarm clock, like, I take meds 3 times a day. So I'm not going to forget. Like, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to get sick because of that shit. So I set alarms. I'm like a little old lady. I'm fine with it. So, like, I have different music and different, like, every alarm is different. Mm-hmm. And one of them is Poison the Prophet Spotify radio. And for whatever reason, shitty contemporary rap music sometimes pops up. And it's only when I'm in groups of people where people can judge me for my taste in music.
We were talking about this with Cameron from Of Night and Light. We went to Stamps on, what was it, Thursday or whatever.
Yeah, I sold cookies there too.
Dave Michael's birthday, and we were hanging out there. And because I wanted to come home, you had to kind of change plans a little bit. We had to go take an Uber to your mom's house and then back home. You paid for it there. I had to call it on the way to your mom's house. Yep. So we could get the same guy going home.
Yep.
And we got the same guy. And while you were in just grabbing your backpack, the guy says something about... Actually, I don't know how we got on the subject, but I think he asked me what I do for a living. And I said, oh, yeah, man, I do like voiceovers. He's like, oh, yeah, you got that voiceover voice. Hey, wait a minute. Ain't you that guy with that wrestling podcast? Remember I drove you home that one day from the ROH show and I subscribed to your podcast? I don't know if we've done an episode since that show. I think we did like one, but we've been kind of on hiatus a little bit, like, because none of us feel like actually fucking doing it on Sundays anymore.
Yeah, maybe you guys should change the time or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of, we didn't even do one for TLC this past week.
I know.
We just kind of, I was like, you guys want to do a show? Like, and JT's the only one responding, and it's like, okay, well, I guess we're not doing a show. That's cool, guys. See ya. Home Alone 2 had a budget of $20 million, and Home Alone 3 had a budget of $32 million. So based on that info, Home Alone 5 must have had a budget of $500 million. I am not talking about the new Bumblebee movie. I am very excited that they are actual, like, they look like the Generation 1 Transformers.
Yes, you were saying.
And
yes.
But at the same time, like, what happened, like, one Marky Mark wasn't enough. You got to put John Cena in this.
Right. Yep.
Like, it was bad enough with Mark Wahlberg, I'm sure. I didn't see it because, you know, I stopped watching after the second one. After Megan Fox called Michael Bay Hitler and then played April in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, yeah, he's Hitler, but I'm going to work for him again.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Does that make Megan Fox a Nazi because she worked for Hitler?
I guess.
Or somebody she called Hitler? There's a...
Flitzer.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure you saw the picture before I clicked off of it.
I see it. I see Flitzer. I see him.
I wanted to see what my notifications are, but they're all people liking or commenting on my hockey jersey status in the Sabres group.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this nice jersey. It's all nice and pristine except for this one spot.
Hamburger helper.
Karina got hamburger helper on.
You know what? I made you spaghetti. I made myself hamburger helper, leftovers. I didn't make 2 whole meals. And then I ate the hamburger helper. And all I got was the tiniest little speck of sauce from the hamburger helper on the sleeve.
I wouldn't have even noticed if you didn't tell me.
I'm really upset about it. I'm going to get the spot out. Like, it's not going to be hard to get out. I'm just like, I'm mad at myself. Because I should have taken the white jersey off before I cooked the pasta.
Probably.
That was stupid. Stupid, Karina.
Well, now I know to give you the slug the next time.
Yeah.
Or now that I'm going to have this 1980s blue jersey, maybe you can wear my home jersey to the next game.
Maybe.
So, you know, you got options here.
That's cool. Maybe someday when I grow up I can have my own Sabres shirt.
Maybe. I mean, you know me, I'm always looking at hockey jerseys online.
Yeah.
I just told somebody I'm very interested in, I got my eye on a Montreal Canadiens jersey. Because, I mean, that's a classy hockey jersey.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's classic. It's beautiful. and I could get a PK Subban one for like $60.
I wish I knew what you were talking about.
PK Subban is a defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. He used to play.
Okay.
He used to play for the Nashville. No, it's the other way around. He used to play for the Canadiens. He now plays for the Nashville Predators.
Okay.
And basically, Montreal wanted to get rid of him because he was pretty goofy.
Okay.
Like he would be, but he was highly entertaining.
Okay.
Like style goofy, like wearing big cowboy hats and like goofy ass suits and shit. Like,
okay.
you know, just one of those guys like, hey, I got money, let me show it off.
Okay.
And show off my creative side at the same time. Those kind of guys. And now he plays for Nashville, and he does pretty well in Nashville. And Montreal got Shea Weber out of the deal, who has the hardest shot in the NHL.
Oh, really?
There was a picture a couple of years ago. Shea Weber took a slap shot, and it hit the goalie right in the groin. And they showed the goalie showed his cup afterwards, after the game.
Oh.
And there's this huge fucking dent in his cup.
Oh my God.
He was okay.
Okay.
And then just earlier this season, Shea Weber took a shot, and it snapped the goalie's stick in half.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's how
intense.
hard this guy shoots. And he plays for Montreal now because Montreal wants to be a classy organization and didn't want PK Subban there. Or maybe it was because he was black. I don't know.
Canadians aren't like that.
I know that. I'm kidding.
That's rare though. Isn't it rare to black hockey player?
There's a few of them.
Are there?
Yeah.
Are there any on the Sabres?
Not at the moment. I don't think
I haven't. I mean,
we've had
not
them.
that you can really see much skin in the hockey uniforms.
Well, we've had guys here like Mike Greer immediately springs to mind. He was part of those highly successful teams in the mid 2000s with the Sabres.
Okay.
Like, yeah. But yeah, I mean it's rare, but it's getting more common.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, like white guys are getting more common in the NBA, right?
Are they?
I don't know.
Oh, why the fuck would I know?
I'm guessing. I have no idea. I haven't watched a basketball game since Michael Jordan retired the second time.
We have watched Space Jam, though.
We have watched Space Jam. I saw that thing you tagged me in this morning about a guy walks in with the Mad Libs. So Bugs Bunny saves Michael Jordan. It has to recruit Michael Jordan to play basketball against. And it's it makes perfect sense. It all makes sense now.
It really does. Speaking of Mad Libs, our Mad Libs flopped, didn't they?
They absolutely did.
You know what? That was our own fault, though, because we had high expectations. And also, we were not diligent enough with our fishing for words.
This is true. You can talk while I'm typing.
I'm reading what you're typing.
You're reading what I'm typing. I'm typing something I said like 10 minutes ago because somebody's not listening to the show, Brian.
Brian, don't you know he's busy? Come on. Oh my goodness. So my mom got a Christmas present for the cats. And this has been like the greatest thing. You know what? I might even post the video on Facebook. It's not that great, but if you know our cats and how they're kind of, I don't know, especially Whisper, like there's catnip, like it's a stocking, okay, in plastic, but they can obviously smell the catnip through it. And so one of them like fished it out of the bag, and I was like, okay, well, I guess you found your Christmas present. Here's your Christmas present. And Whisper got so into the catnip that he was drooling. There's like a little puddle of drool. And then he like finishes playing and he comes over and he's being nice to me. And I was holding my phone and he was drooling so much that drops of it dropped onto my phone and I had to go disinfect my phone. That fucking cat.
I went out there earlier and you got Whisper and Gibson and Sylvester are all not necessarily in that order, like right on the spots of the couch, like on the upper parts.
Yeah.
All laying the exact same way.
Aww.
And then like Tigger's just laying the opposite way on the couch. Snowball's on the love seat, and I come into the bedroom, and you're laying facing the wall, and Reese's laying facing the wall, like
Was she
both
was
in
she
the
my
same
spoon?
pose. You guys had the same pose.
Were
no,
we
she
spooning?
she was a little bit away from you.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't love me like she loves you. That's for sure.
Well,
I was
anyway.
telling Ryan earlier today how Reese is the actual dominant female in this household, and that I am totally her bitch, and that you're her man, and you know, like really, she lets me at you sometimes. You're hers. Like
Yeah.
she sleeps touching you, she watches over you. It's really funny.
So here's a new band for our show. We haven't
Yeah.
played them before, I don't believe. I think this is our first time.
Definitely not since I've been on it.
Yeah, I don't think we've played them with Brian either, so I think this is the first time we've played this band.
Angel from Super Tugger shared this band with me.
He just thanked us for playing them, actually. And
Awesome.
I told him, hey, we're about to play them in a minute. So
Cool. Hi, Angel.
this is the Viva Noir. And we went for some Christmas music, so you got submitted this song. This is Somewhere on Christmas Eve by the Viva Noir on all WNY ThinkSoJoe Show.
Somewhere on Christmas Eve. Somewhere on Christmas Eve. Somewhere my girls all dressed up in red. Someone hangs mistletoe overhead. Somewhere the crowd is laughing at all the fun they're having. It doesn't matter much to me if I'm not somewhere on Christmas Eve. Someone she moves close to hold him tight. With the radio playing Christmas songs through the night. Somewhere a couple's laughing at all the fun they're having. It doesn't matter much to me if I'm not somewhere on Christmas Eve. If only I could change my brain. If only I could see her face. If only I didn't leave. I could be somewhere on Christmas Eve. Somewhere she is crying on the phone. Can you forgive what happened, baby? Please come home. And somewhere the snow is falling, and I still won't be calling. Doesn't matter much to me if I'm not somewhere on Christmas Eve. 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 Somewhere on Christmas Eve.
The Viva Noir on all WNY ThinkSoJoe Show.
Nice.
That was a very nice song, very entertaining,
Yeah.
very good.
Yes.
Our poll just went live.
Nice.
And it's, again, when you put on your shoes, in what order do you typically tie them? Shoe, shoe, tie, tie, or shoe, tie, shoe, tie?
Yeah.
And I was going to add a third option for, it depends.
Right.
But when I put this, I have this GIF of Diddy
With his...
with a giant shoe phone.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm keeping that. And then the cat with the shoes. And
yeah, you can't have GIFs if you have 3 options?
No, it only let me do it with 2. So.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Oh, well, the poll is up. Go vote.
Leave comments.
Vote, leave comments.
Tell us, which shoes do you do what with?
What shoes do you do what with?
Because sometimes I think for sneakers, well, like high top sneakers, I might do one thing, and then for my boots, I might do another thing.
Sure.
And it depends on where I'm sitting. If I'm in the bathroom, sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes I bring my shoes in the bathroom, and, I won't even be sitting on the toilet using the toilet. I'll just, sit on the toilet to, here's a place to sit down, because there's not 2 couches, a bed, and a million chairs in this house. I have to sit on the toilet.
So I shared this on my personal page, and I left the caption, "Win free admission for you and a friend to the sauciest, homeliest, most monstrous, dazed New Year's party ever, or a scary, roach-infested, in-shambles, city-powered show the following Saturday."
Nice.
And, of course, those are references to all of our bands, Yellow Sauce, Cardboard Homestead, Tokyo Monsters, and Days Ago on the New Year's show. And, of course, the Scarecrow Show, Ray and the Roaches, Shambles, and City Powered Radio for the following Saturday. You can win tickets to either one of those. Go ahead and vote in our poll, and we will... you know what? I just realized this probably doesn't work because... Oh, no, it works. Never mind. Because the New Year's show is... The New Year's show is after this poll closes. Yes. Okay. That's right. All right. Nobody's voted yet, so that's okay.
Lame asses.
Yeah, what the fuck, people? Nope. There's one share, and that was me.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What if God was one of... No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You betcha.
See, Brian liked my reply. I don't want to see a movie with Marky Mark in it. Why would I want to see Marky Mark Light? I don't want a rapper turned actor from Boston. Fuck that shit.
I have no opinion on the matter.
Only thing from Boston I want to see are the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Okay.
And your friends. Your friends are okay.
My best friend lives right outside of Boston.
Yeah, she's okay. She's
more than okay. She's the best human being on the planet.
Yeah, her and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Maybe Aerosmith, but they're not really from Boston.
No, get Aerosmith the fuck out of there.
They're not really from Boston, so they don't suck as bad.
From?
I don't know. They're from I don't know, somewhere.
Oh, wait, I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
I don't.
All right. They just claim Boston like
It sounds cool to say you're from Boston.
Like ICP claims Detroit when they live 20 miles away.
Yeah.
It's my Eminem reference for the week, I guess.
You get one every week?
No.
I was going to say, do you have to have one every week?
Maybe I'll start getting one every week. I don't know.
What if you just have like a 90s hip-hop or 2000s hip-hop reference? It doesn't have to be an Eminem reference.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I probably get one of those in every week.
I'm sure you do.
I probably do.
Oh, Ryan wanted me to ask you something about your braids.
My braids?
Yes.
My braids?
Your braids.
What braids?
The ones that you used to have.
Laura, what braids?
Laura,
what braids is she talking about?
He saw the picture, obviously, and he had a question.
I did share the picture because I'm still trying to find out who the fuck made that shirt.
Right. He wanted to know, when you wore that shirt with the braids, did the Sabres win?
The Sabres did go to the playoffs when I had the braids in the shirt, and we did a photo shoot. No, as a matter of fact, because they got eliminated from the playoffs the day we did the photo shoot. And I remember because I was like, I had a playoff beard going. I didn't have a full beard at the time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I had a playoff beard going, and they lost, and I'm like, shit, now I can shave. And now I can shave, and then we could go do the photo shoot. So, but yes, the Sabres were very successful around that time.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily that I was wearing that shirt with the braids and they lost. It was.
That's really funny, though. It's funny that you had a legitimate answer to that question.
You don't forget having to shave 5 minutes before you have to leave for a photo shoot. I guess. I don't know.
I've never had that problem.
We went to, we were in Niagara Falls. We had to go to a mausoleum somewhere out this way to do a photo shoot in the mausoleum, and then our drummer left like 2 weeks later.
Oh, nice. Thanks, dude.
So we just photoshopped our new drummer onto our old drummer.
You guys pulled the mamas and the papas. Do you remember on the Behind the Music, they used to tell you about how they, like, it was before Photoshop, but they put the new singer over the picture of the old singer?
I believe that. I believe it. I don't think I saw the mamas and the papas Behind the Music.
Maybe it wasn't a Behind the Music, but it was some kind of documentary about them.
I have definitely watched the Weird Al Yankovic Behind the Music.
I am not surprised one bit.
And I have definitely watched the Metallica Behind the Music. You know what one I really, I've watched and, it just hurts to watch?
What?
Is the Pantera Behind the Music Remastered.
Oh, I didn't know such thing existed.
Well, Behind the Music Remastered is basically, it's the old episodes of Behind the Music with added footage.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, since the last time this happened. And so the Pantera one, it ends and, they went on to become Damage Plan, blah, 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 and then since the last time, oh, no.
No, you have to say it, yeah.
No, I don't want to watch, it's so sad. And it's just, oh my God, that is
But, I mean, as sad as it is important in music history.
It is, but it's just, oh man, that was a hard one to watch. And, especially every year on December 9th, I'm like, this is where I was, this is what I was doing, and this is how I found out.
Yeah.
And it's so, because I never got to see Dime. I got to see Vinnie Paul before he passed, but I never got to see Dime. I never got to see Damage Plan or Pantera. And so it was really hard, and it was I'm sitting at the computer. I was living with Turtle at the time, my friend Turtle, and
Turtle.
Yeah, I had this cheap this old beat up computer I paid $80 for, and I'm sitting on the computer. I got I was on the Damage Plan street team for whatever reason.
Oh wow!
So I was getting all of their emails and everything, and I got this email. I woke up one morning. The rumors are true. Fucking rumors. And I go in and. Dime was shot and killed last night in Columbus, Ohio. What? No. Yeah. No, this can't, no way. And then I saw that Behind the Music, and it was just oh man, this hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm not the world's biggest Pantera Damage Plan fan, but I respect the hell out of Dimebag Darrell and Vinnie Paul, and, even Rex and Phil, I respect the hell out of them and what they've contributed to heavy music.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's me with Braxton Sutter from Impact Wrestling.
Oh, he looks like he's going to punch you in the face.
He does look like he's going to punch me in the face.
What if he did? Look how cute you are.
Yeah, okay.
Look at you.
Back then, he was known as Pepper Parks.
Pepper Parks.
There's a guy on Impact now, and I don't know what the hell his name is, but he used to go by Asylum on the Indies. And I have a WWF magazine with Bret Hart on the cover that he sold to not me, but my ex. He sold it to her, and Joe would probably like this, and no, fuck Bret Hart. And I have an autographed picture of the guy somewhere. I don't think it ever made it to the wall. I mean, there's still places where pictures had been. There's plenty of room.
Oh.
There's places where pictures had been that are no longer there, right behind you on the wall there under Gregory Irons' picture.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his never made it to the wall because I don't even think I've ever seen this guy wrestle before I got this autograph. Like, what the fuck? And then he's just the most generic looking fucking guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His claim to fame before making it to Impact was he played Paul Heyman's doctor on an episode of Raw. Dr. Kirschenbaum, actually. I don't know why I remember this.
It's kind of fun to say, Kirschenbaum.
I guess. It's like you think the announcers keep saying Ristolainen because they like saying Ristolainen?
Yeah.
Never mind that they just passed him the puck and he passed it back to somebody else. They passed it back to him. Ristolainen's got it. He passes the cycle back to Ristolainen. You're just like, oh, they just like saying Ristolainen. Like, no, that's Rick Jenneret calling the action. Like an announcer actually is supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I'm an asshole. Yup. Deal with it.
But yes.
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 Yes. Go vote in our poll. We got 2 votes so far.
Ooh, who'd they vote for?
We got a vote. We've got a vote for Shoe Shoe Tie Tie.
Shoe Shoe Tie Tie.
And we have a vote for Shoe Tie Shoe Tie.
Oh my goodness, it's close. It's close.
It is tied right now.
That's
no pun intended. It is
but appreciated.
Nick Landers has voted for Shoe Shoe Tie Tie.
Hi, Nick.
And my friend Natasha, we mentioned earlier,
Hi, Natasha. She
voted Shoe Tie Shoe Tie. I doubt either of them are listening at the moment.
They're totally listening. Everybody's listening. The whole world is listening.
I'm sure Nick will listen tomorrow when he's out of earshot of his kids.
Yeah, my mom can't listen because she's usually at Robert at this time.
Yeah.
And she'll
forgot
listen.
His choo-choo trains.
I forgot his chocolate choo-choo trains. I think I might wrap them and put them under the tree for him, though.
That would be nice.
Yeah, and maybe I'll, wrap some frosting and put it in the fridge. And then put it under the tree before he opens his present. I don't know. I can just send the shit and Mom can deal with it. We could do that. It'd be Mom's problem.
Yeah.
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 But Robert's also getting a drum set made out of oatmeal containers and coffee cans.
This is true.
And I have to figure out how to make some sort of symbol. Well, Ryan was saying I could put rice or something, coins, he said, in
well, that's for
one of the containers.
That's for like a snare.
Well, that would work with rice. I don't think the coins would work for this.
Either one. For a symbol though, you can cut the bottom off. No, they don't come in. Do they come in the metal cans anymore? Coffee?
No.
Yeah. I was gonna say you cut the bottom off and you sand it down, and I don't know.
I'm not doing that much work.
Yeah.
No, this is.
But it's to annoy Paul. Right? So why not put that much effort into it?
Because Paul is my friend, and it's bad enough that I'm making his son a whole drum kit, and I'm probably gonna get wooden spoons, unless somebody has some drumsticks they'd like to trade for some cookies.
I might have extra drumsticks.
Are they of sentimental value in any way?
No.
Oh, cool. Can I get those drumsticks, please?
Yeah, if I have extras.
Okay. Thanks.
Otherwise, I need them to play Guitar Hero.
Oh, I understand.
I haven't played drums on Guitar Hero in ages, or Rock Band. I haven't played either of those games. I'm kind of I haven't played Guitar Hero Live recently, and I know the servers, if they haven't already been shut down, are getting shut down soon. And but unfortunately, I won't be able to. The cool thing about Guitar Hero Live was you play along with a music video channel.
Oh.
Like it shows you, you go in, you sign in, and there's 2 channels, and they're both showing different styles of music. And there's different shows throughout the day, and you just play along with those on Guitar Hero, and it's
a cool concept.
It's pretty cool. It's a cool way to find new music. It's a cool way, and it's a cool way to play because you don't know what's coming next. And,
yeah.
But they're shutting down the live aspect of Guitar Hero Live.
That sucks.
So all those songs, poof,
gone.
But the thing about it is, it's not like Rock Band or even the old style of Guitar Hero where you could buy the songs and you have them permanently. It was, you could unlock plays, and you could choose songs. So it wasn't like, it's not like you're losing money on this, but at the same time, you're also losing a huge part of the fucking game.
Yeah. And, like, that's what makes that game unique.
Yeah, for sure. And I still never got a copy of Rock Band 4. I'm disappointed in that, and I can't find one anywhere.
Oh.
My thoughts on Jamin Olivencia, that guy is entertaining as hell. And I'm friends with his brother Jordan. Jamin Olivencia is an independent wrestler. He won Board Wrestling Fans Independent Wrestler of the Year.
Okay.
And he is the only person to ever actually get a trophy for his award.
Huh.
We brought it to him at a show. I got his autograph. It's in a box somewhere because it fell off the wall.
That's funny. We should put it back on the wall. There's room.
He was, he was not surprised that he won.
That's funny.
Yeah, a very entertaining guy. He made sure he made sure you knew he was there.
Okay.
Like he's over at his table, like yelling his name at the top of his lungs. Come get your autograph from Jamin Olivencia. And his brother, his brother Jordan is he's a friend of mine. He's a phenomenal singer.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he can do the worm really well, too. He used to be the ring announcer for Empire State Wrestling.
Cool.
That's actually how I got to know him. So, but
Can you change the page? Because that kitten gif is too much for me.
But I'm keeping an eye on the votes.
But, yeah.
G's ripping on me again for my choice of words last night,
yes.
saying that we were in the defend twice corner. We were in the corner of the rink where the Sabres defend twice. Am I wrong?
I mean, I don't know hockey stuff, but that makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me.
Okay.
I don't like.
He knew what you were saying. That's what matters.
Yeah, right. He's just nobody's ever called it that before. Like, and I'm used to being on the end behind one of the nets.
Yeah.
Typically the shoot twice net. Or I'm used to being on the side. In this instance, I was in the corner.
Right.
I don't know, whatever.
Whatevs.
He's making fun of me. But because I was, every time the Penguins and Capitals play on a Wednesday, NBC Sports puts out this picture of Pens and the Caps from the Pens. Because the Pens are playing the Caps.
Yeah.
It was hilarious the first time I saw it. They've been doing this same thing every single time the Pens play the Caps on NBC, which is all the fucking time. They've been doing the same thing for years now, and it's just like, okay, we get the joke.
Yeah.
Like, we also get that your network is a joke that only shows the Penguins and the fucking Capitals. Like, can we get some different teams on Wednesday Night Rivalry here? Like, it's always the same goddamn teams. Facebook.com/official ThinkSoJoe if you want to vote. Our poll is up right now, and I'm not allowed to have it on the screen.
Yep.
So I don't know what's going on in the poll.
You just can't keep it on the screen. You gotta...
So I have to, like, click back every time I want to see see if there's a result?
Yes.
All right, well, I want to see if there's a result, so I doubt there's a result, because there was only 2 votes. This is the least popular poll so far.
Well, people probably have to think about it next time they tie their shoes.
Sure. We're still at 2 votes.
Okay.
And, of course, the CDs probably won, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It was 2-1. The voting is still open on that, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
It ends in 2 minutes.
Okay.
And we have 60 votes. Right now, the score is 47 yes to 13 no.
I don't know. They could still catch up.
If you do not listen to CDs, go to Facebook.com/official ThinkSoJoe in the next, 2 minutes and vote no on this on this poll. Or all the people that voted no are not going to win these random CDs.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense. If they don't listen to CDs, they don't want the CDs anyway, so...
Yeah, it was kind of a trick question.
I guess.
I just don't want these CDs to go to waste. There are a lot of, like, cool CDs.
I pick what's his face from the Long Name Music podcast thing. I think he should win. He should get all these CDs.
Give you your trash back, man.
Here you go, man. Here's all your Violent Femmes and whatever CDs back. Let me raid these first. You can have the rest. She's a tie shoe.
Tie shoe.
I guess technically I would be too because I don't untie my shoes. But like,
Right.
when I put on boots, I definitely put a boot on, tie it, and then put the other boot on and tie it. So
I think I'm more likely to shoe tie. I don't really. I'm probably gonna change my behavior now because I'm thinking about it too hard.
So John Ben
Yeah.
of the Kennedy Carpool. Joe, I just slip those fuckers on pre-tied and usually mash down the back and have to fix it later. So literally what I was just saying I do. So just far more eloquently put, as Johnny will do to you.
He's got a way with words.
He's a very intelligent individual who definitely has a way with words. Yes.
Yeah.
He has a way with cutting bagels, too, but that's another story
Yeah.
entirely.
Entirely.
But yes, we love the Kennedy Carpool. We'll be announcing a show with them soon, I think.
Well, we definitely mentioned that they were playing that show,
Yeah, well,
but we don't have an event page yet.
keep your second to last Saturday from
The 23rd of March.
March. Yeah, okay, whatever. Second to last Saturday in March. Keep that free. You're coming to our show at Stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course it's at Stamps. We
It's the
love
only place
Stamps.
that'll put up with us.
We love Stamps. They're the only place that we can do all the stupid shit we do. Like, could you imagine if we just packed Mohawk Place full of balloons
No,
and then left it for them to clean up?
they would never have us back. Damn it. Where did because Yellow Sauce is playing for New Year's Eve,
Yes.
I am making a line of banana cookies, and we just picked up bananas last night for me
We
to
did.
start practicing because
Somehow every time I go to the grocery store, I end up spending $40.
I'm sorry.
It's
It's
like, ooh,
cookies. It's all cookies.
I'm like, focused on like, okay, this is my budget right now. This is how much money I have to spend. And then it's like, hey, we need stuff. Like, oh, fuck.
Well, we needed toothpaste, Joe.
Okay, but like, that's not, toothpaste doesn't cost $40. We spent $40.
Nothing we got costs $40, but you put all that shit together and it adds up.
We got fruits and like, I don't eat fruits.
Oh my goodness.
We got salad? What the fuck is...
I can't tell you how much I enjoyed my apple today.
You don't win friends with salad?
I don't need to win friends.
You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad.
Cookies.
You have no idea what I'm even talking about, do you?
No.
Of course not.
Is it from a movie?
No, it's from The Simpsons. I need Turtle to be listening to this show to react to that, but he doesn't listen either, I don't think so.
Excuse me.
That's
That didn't really come out of my butt, guys.
it did not.
It was-
I can verify.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it's from the Lisa the Vegetarian episode with Sir Paul McCartney.
Oh, okay.
It's also, the interesting thing is I have a tie that is Bart writing on the chalkboard.
Mm-hmm.
It says the boys' room is not a water park.
Mm.
And the episode that is from is Lisa the Vegetarian, which has like uber sentimental value to me because like so many people love that episode that I know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, that's really cool. I had no idea until like I was watching the episode one day and saw the chalkboard gag and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
There you go.
So yeah, and that is one of the best episodes of The Simpsons ever.
Oh. Okay.
Basically, any episode that has a Beatle in it, except for the one with Ringo Starr, is like the best episodes ever.
Because everything named Ringo sucks. No, I'm just kidding. The hedgehog is adorable. Scott, don't fire me.
Yeah. And every episode with Weird Al Yankovic is great.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's got nothing to do with anything else in the episode. It's just that Weird Al Yankovic's in it.
Yep.
And before I go on a rant about the episode, that 90s show that everybody seems to hate except for me, let's move on. Tell me about the Rust Belt Brigade. I'll give you your paper here.
Okay, well, see, I didn't want to talk so much about the Rust Belt Brigade, but I wanted to talk about their support for this. Okay. I didn't write down the day. Oh, it's today. There is the Rust Belt Brigade monthly ramble with Nicotine Jones at Mr. Goodbar tonight, starting at 10 o'clock. So if you're listening, you have time to listen to us, then shit, shower, shave, and head to Goodbar.
Shoe, tie, or shoe, tie.
Right. Or just wear your moccasins and say fuck it. So I wanted to talk about Nicotine Jones because this is Josiah Franco from Hammered and Nails' new project. And I really, really love Hammered and Nailed. You guys all know that I'm a huge fan of Sid and like everything she does. And I don't know much about Josiah. I don't know much of his history musically or anything, except for what I've already just said. But I think that he is the bee's knees. I think he's super talented. And on his Facebook page, he has a video, but it wasn't quality that we could use. So I figured we would play something from the show that he is playing.
Sure.
So that we could plug both the Rust Belt Brigade, which are friends of ours, correct? I mean, not mine.
They're friends
with us.
They're friends of ours.
Okay, well,
and they're a phenomenal band. They're well liked, and
So
I don't think this is the first time we've ever played them on the show.
I don't think it is either. So if you guys feel like going out tonight, there's no cover. This is a free show at Good Bar. And I wish that I didn't have cookies to make, kind of. I bite my tongue when I say that, but I would
Anybody
like
know
to
what
see
time
this
Revolver
one.
Records closes? We could go to Revolver and then we could go to the show.
Yeah, I know. But so there's stuff going on a Wednesday night, guys. Get out, go do stuff, support your scene.
And then go to ETS and support your local eateries that are great.
Tacos.
Have tacos. Tacos. Here's Rust Belt. Easy for me to say. Here's Rust Belt Brigade. The song called Three Staple Waltz on all WNY, the Think So Joe Show.
thinking to myself, haven't been drinking with myself. Don't know if it's the right direction, but I'm gone. No matter the case, it feels like home. There's not a lot of meat on these bones. There's not a lot of meat on these bones.
Rust Belt Brigade on all WNY. ThinkSoJoe Show.
I enjoyed that.
I did too, except for the text messages I was getting during the show, during the song.
Know.
I have a very important to me anyway, package coming. And so I signed up for text alerts so that anytime the package is scanned, I get a text. All right, so I got a text at 2:45 p.m. It says, departed USPS facility, 2:22 p.m., Northwest Rochester, New York, Distribution Center. Then I got a text at 7:13. Departed USPS facility, 6:31 p.m., Northwest Rochester, New York, Distribution Center. I got a text shortly thereafter, 6:31 p.m., Northwest Rochester, New York, Distribution Center, departed. And another one, just while the song was playing, USPS, departed USPS facility, 6:44 p.m., Northwest Rochester. How many fucking times does this thing need to leave Rochester before it gets to Buffalo?
Somebody's in training learning how to use the scanning machine.
Yeah, well, they're using the wrong fucking package. I'm going to go punch somebody in fucking Rochester after the show.
Not. Well, you can't afford to get to Rochester like that.
You're right. Because the money I would have spent on the bus ticket, I had to spend on fucking groceries. What the hell?
You're welcome. I'm saving you from an assault and battery charge.
I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody at USPS needs to be punched in the face. I'm all about people getting punched in the face. Keith Yandle, the USPS guys.
It's the theme. It's the
I
theme
guess.
I've noticed.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about earlier?
You know what we need to have is we need to have that guy Death Weasel, and we need to get him really drunk, and he'll just let people punch him in the face.
Oh,
so like
how do we get a hold of Death Weasel?
I don't know. I think your cousin knows him or something.
Oh shit, you're right.
But it's a funny story. I don't know if I told it on the air, but I went to we went and saw City Powered Radio Shambles. You know, a bunch of these bands that are a couple of these bands that are going to be on our Tudor show coming up. But we went to the show, and your cousin's there, and he's like, hey, this is my friend Death Weasel.
Yep.
Right? And I'm like, wait a minute. Because I once knew a guy named Death Weasel. And this guy showed up at my house. We were my bass player at the time and we had a house that we were renting, and we did a show in the house. And
that's what you do with rentals.
That's what you, yeah, sauce, Soup of Descent and Noiseland and all
and
those.
Bronze.
Yeah, right, exactly. So we had our plan was to do it on the back porch, but it was raining, so we brought it inside.
Oh.
And there's this guy that showed up with our friends in Medicated Silence, and he's like, yeah, my name's Death Weasel, and like, those guys left, and they're like, come on, man, let's go, we're going. And he's like, no, man, I'm going to hang out here. These guys are cool, right? And just like, yeah, okay, dude. And this guy, like, randomly decided to stay at my house. And my friend Katie, who's Luke from XM Priory's wife now, he let her punch him in the face as hard as she could a couple of times. And dude wakes up the next morning like, why does my face hurt? Like, 'cause you let my friend punch you in the face twice. How am I going to get home? So I gave him bus fare. I walked with him over to the bus stop because it was like right up the street from me, the bus stop to go to Buffalo, right? And I'm like, dude, when you get to Buffalo, like, here's a couple of quarters. Call somebody. Find a fucking ride home. I don't know how you're getting home, dude. Like, you should have went home with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, but you guys are so cool. I wanted to stick around and see your set and hang out. Like, yeah, okay, cool, man. Like, sure. And then I never saw this guy again. Like, at least I didn't think I ever saw this guy again. Turns out I see this guy fucking everywhere. I see him at shows all the time.
Yep.
And your cousin introduced me to him at this show. And I said, I didn't think I heard him right. So I said, hey, Dave, what did you say your friend's name was? So, that's Death Weasel. So I go hunt this guy down. Dude, you're the guy that crashed on my couch like a decade ago. Dude, that was you?
That he remembered you, like, he was obviously a little intoxicated.
And then he's telling the story. And I like, yeah, that's the exact story. This is the fucking guy. This is the guy that crashed on my couch 10 years ago. You know, like Katie punched him in the face and whatever the fuck, and I had to send him home on the fucking bus or whatever because I had no idea how the fuck he was getting home.
Right.
Like, and it's just, what are the odds that I run into this guy like 10 years later and get reintroduced to him?
This is a big, small town.
And I see him at shows all the time. Like, it's nothing, and he even asked me, like, if I still talk to, like, one of the dudes from Medicated Silence. It's like, no, man, like, that dude joined the military, and I haven't heard from him since. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. I just, he kind of vanished.
Yeah, that'll
Once
happen.
He joined the military, like, he was just all about that instead of, like, music or hanging out with any of us anymore, which is great. I appreciate that he's, that he served the country and whatever. Like, I really appreciate that. I admire all of our troops, our fighting men and women, so if that guy wanted to go be a soldier, hey, cool.
Right.
I appreciate that. And I'm, glad that, he went off to do that. I'm not, overly sad that my friend is not around to talk to anymore. We weren't that close,
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, man, like, I'm proud of him for what he did.
Yeah.
He almost was in ThinkSo Brain for a short period of time. Yeah? We needed a bass player.
Oh.
We kicked our bass player out, and we're like...
Jeez, why?
Well... we kicked our... Well, because... So I'm throwing this party one night. And I used to throw parties all the time, apparently. But I'm throwing this party one night. I was living with Katie at the time. We were living in this apartment. I threw a party. We had people over just drinking, watching the Sabres game, hanging out. Me, a bunch of my fellow musicians at the time. And my bass player at the time calls me. I am piss-ass drunk.
I can't imagine.
I am wasted, and this guy calls me. He's like, "Hey, listen, can we do practice at like such and such time tomorrow?" Like, yeah, man, that's fine, no problem. We can do that. And so the next day, I called everybody else. Like, this is what time we're practicing tomorrow. Everybody's like, okay, cool. And so we get together to go practice. We're all trying to, get everybody together. He's nowhere to be found.
What?
And he's like, oh, I can't practice. I got, it's my daughter's birthday party. Like, wait a minute, what the fuck? You called me yesterday and said you were available to practice at this time. This is the time you wanted to practice. This is our last chance to practice. We had a big New Year's Eve show coming up. We were told there were going to be people that would, be important to make an impression on there. Mm-hmm. I highly doubt that was actually true at this, but so like, dude, we need to practice. You need to be there. Like, well, no, I can't leave. Like, no, dude. Like, you told us one thing. We're kind of pissed off right now. Like, what the fuck? We need to practice. This needs to happen. We're gonna come get you. We'll have you back in an hour. Mm-hmm. Like, we just need to run through the set, and we will bring you back. Like, you're not going to miss anything. You'll be back in time for cake and ice cream. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I can't leave. Dude, you called me yesterday. Mm-hmm. So we had this big blow up over, like, you called me yesterday. How the fuck did you not know about your own fucking kid's birthday party? Yeah. when you called me yesterday to ask me what time we were, can we practice at an earlier time? I don't, I have no issue. Family always comes first.
Right.
But don't tell me one thing, and then the next day, suddenly, I can't leave. I have my kid's birthday party. Like, why didn't you know about this yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, my ex's parents, like, sprung it on us. Like, yeah, okay, so this is the part where you say, hey, I have a prior obligation.
Yeah.
I'm going to step out for an hour, and I'll be back.
Right.
And we had this big blow up over where, we've reconnected since we've made up since we've been, we're not exactly on the same page because he's, Trump loving Republican, but, whatever. But hey, more power to him. I've had intellectual conversations with him about politics. Believe it or not. But, and we've been able to talk and not, yell or resort to name calling or any of the other shit that Democrats and Republicans do. Of course, I'm not a Democrat either. So,
right.
I guess, if Santa were a cat, hashtag if Santa were a cat, he'd knock down the tree.
That's true.
That's I'm sure that's probably the first tweet you get when you click on that. Anyway, so we had this big falling out, and Luke and I are just like, well, we need to do something, and we were like, we need to find a bass player that's gonna, because this is very irresponsible of him. Mm-hmm. We were very angry about this. Not because, he needed to spend time with his kid or whatever, we're all fine with that.
Right.
It's just, I understand this was sprung on you at the last minute, but we have this thing we need to do. And we will have you back very soon. We're not going to keep you all fucking day. So we called him up. The bass that he was playing was this bass that we literally bought from Walmart before a show.
Oh, wow.
Because his bass stopped working during our, we're practicing, and all of a sudden his bass stops working, or just didn't work when we plugged it in, or whatever.
God.
So we went to fucking Walmart and bought a first act bass.
Nice.
What are the odds that Walmart had a first act bass, first of all? But we went to Walmart, they had a first act bass, we bought this bass. And he gave Luke like $50 towards it, which was like maybe a half or a third of the cost or whatever. So we're like, this is what we're going to do. We called him up and we're like, we're going to give you the $50 back. We're going to come get the bass. We can't do this.
Yeah.
And we had to boot him. And we called up, we were hanging out with my friend Heather Meir, and we were trying to get the guy that ended up going off to the military, who was in medicated silence at the time. We were trying to get him to play bass. He's their guitar player. Mm-hmm. But it's like, dude, it's just quick bass lines. Like, you could pick this up like nothing. And Heather's a talented musician in her own right. So we were actually at her house when we made the call because we were having trouble getting a hold of the individual we were trying to get. So we're at her house. And we're like, hey, you play keyboards, you play guitar. You're a very talented musician. You think you could handle bass for us for a couple of shows? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I can maybe do that. So we're going to get Heather to play bass for us. And then luckily the stars aligned. Her bass player happened to show up.
Oh, wow.
And we're like, hey, Tom. So we've got, we did a few shows with Heather's bass player before we got our next bass player, who apparently never played in Think So Brain. So,
oh, right.
Think So Brain has a shady history of bass players.
Apparently. Apparently.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so I'm still friends on Facebook with our temporary bass player at the time, Tom, and he but he's really pushing that. All of his Facebook posts are Bible verses.
Oh dear.
It's like, I'm okay with people being religious and all, but I don't want the only thing I know about you to be that you read the Bible.
Right.
It's cool. If that's your thing, cool. But I don't want to be quoted Bible verses at. I started a Twitter and I never went anywhere with it. It was called Book of Chic. and I would if anybody posted a Bible verse, I would take the Bible verse and reinterpret it in the style of the Iron Sheik. And I would post it on this Twitter account. And I think there's only like 3 posts there, but it was just like, that's not my thing,
Yeah. I mean,
I have nothing against.
I could get going on that. But
I have nothing against religious people at all. Just, I don't try and make you not believe in what you believe in. So please don't try and make me believe in what you believe in.
Yeah. I mean,
like, I'm cool with you. You're cool with me. Just, I got no problem with you, believing in your beliefs. And we've had this discussion too between the two of us. I've got no problem, just don't sit here and be like, oh, well, you have to, don't try and push it on me,
Right.
I went through all that shit in high school. I don't need to go through that shit again because I wore T-shirts that said, American by birth, Antichrist by choice on the back. And, you a Satanist. No, that's not how this works. I don't have to be a Satanist to not, believe in, to wear a thing that says Antichrist on my shirt.
Yeah.
I just ordered a shirt from eBay that says Antichrist on it because I loved that shirt in high school and found a reprint of it for a reasonable price.
It's a cool looking shirt. I
just hope when it gets here it looks like that.
Yeah, true.
Because, like I said, I did see another reprint, quote-unquote reprint. I'm doing air quotes under the table so nobody can see me.
Not even me.
Yeah. But a reprint that was just like this shirt is copper on black. The reprint I saw was orange on black.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no. And, the design was really small. The shirt that I ordered, the pictures look like the original shirt.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping that's what I get.
Yeah.
It's a reprint. It's coming from China. I'm not holding my breath. But I'm at least hoping that if it's good enough, I can take a picture of it, and throw it into the Cricut thing and,
right.
Buy some copper iron-on or something, I don't know.
Nice.
It was one of my favorite But anyway, back to my point is, I went through all that shit in high school with, you're a Satanist because you listen to Marilyn Manson and White Zombie and have 666 on the back of your shirt. No. Oh, well, look at this. Taking my original bass player, actually. It was his copy of the Black Album on cassette.
Oh, dear.
And I was borrowing it, and they took it, and they opened it up, and they're underlining lyrics from the song The God That Failed, right? Which is not an anti-religious song. It was James Hetfield expressing his frustration. His mother was a Christian Scientist, so they didn't believe in, going to the doctor and shit like that.
Oh,
right?
wow.
And, she got sick and she died, and that was his, response to all of that. And they're underlining passages, lyrics, like they're Bible passages or something. Look at this. This guy's a Satanist. No, I'm not. So I had to go through all that shit in high school. I appreciate that there are religions out there and that people follow these religions and people believe in these religions. I appreciate that. I really do. I just, it's not my thing. It's never been my thing. It's never going to be my thing. So, yeah, have your religion, but don't quote Bible verses at me.
Right.
All
that being said, you did let me put an altar in the middle of the living room on the mantle.
I did, because I respect that.
I love it.
I respect that you have your beliefs and what you want to have up there and everything. I respect that. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, and the stuff on my altar, it's not even all stuff that's from
No, it's not.
Anything that I necessarily believe. It's stuff that I respect all of the cultures and all of the belief systems. And, basically, if you're promoting good and being a good person, that's really more what matters than who you call God.
Sure. We're at 6 votes now.
6 votes. Still tied?
No, it is Shoe Tai has taken the lead with votes from Paul Burt and Ashton Towner.
Oh, shit, boys.
Yeah, our boys that we were hanging out with on Thursday. Well, no, we weren't hanging out with Ashton. He wasn't there. Cam was there with Paul.
I wish that Ashton had been there because I had some treats for Duncan.
Yeah, you did.
So, Ashton, next time I see you, I have a treat for Duncan.
But yes, the shoe tie has taken the lead now.
Hey.
Yes.
Because it's the holiday season.
Yes.
And because, people, especially around here, we really struggle with seasonal affective disorder.
Uh-huh.
And, the holidays are super stressful.
Sure.
And, it as joyful as the holidays can be, they can also be really fucking depressing.
Sure.
And I just kind of want to remind everybody to keep an eye on your friends and family because we're supposed to put on happy faces. We're supposed to, all try and enjoy being together and everything. But the truth is that it's actually really hard for a lot of us to go into family situations, to go into social situations, and we never know what somebody is going through until we ask them. So I just think that we should all kind of check on each other during the holiday season this year, because I know that a lot of our anxieties have been really high and a lot of people's seasonal depression and, just look out for each other, guys. Check on your friends. If someone's acting off, just take them aside. Be like, dude, you okay? You don't have to make a big deal about it, but you might really help somebody just by asking if they're okay.
Absolutely.
And that's really important this time of year because, mental illnesses and, hospitalizations, suicide rates, that shit all skyrockets this time of year.
We're going to go briefly into overtime, I think, but that's okay. I would be remiss if I did not mention that this Sunday at Mohawk Place is the CPXmas.
I'm so excited. Are we going to make it?
I am hoping that we're going to be able to go. It's going to depend. Fourth annual CPXmas. We do have Madison, but I can probably make it so we can get there. That's from 5 to 9 p.m. It features the CPX, Last Conservative, The Innocent Bystanders, and Ryan Kaminsky. Join us for our annual Christmas Eve tradition at the Mohawk Place. 5 p.m. doors, 6 p.m. show. So I'm sure we can make that. I don't think that would be a problem. I absolutely adore the CPX.
I was listening to them earlier.
You were. I walked out in there and I heard Wide Right Blues playing, and I got to see them over the summer. I have not seen the CPX indoors yet, so
really?
I'm hoping. But this is one of their songs off of Wide Right Blues. And it's called Christmas Song on all WNY ThinkSoJoe Show. We'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas.
I just can't do this face to face, is what she wrote in a 10-page letter. Said nothing better than I don't even know. But 1,000 words can take their toll. 1,000 more's too long, but by the time I finished reading, hard to say she wasn't wrong. And I may not quite provide for you like some men would, but you bet your ass if I had cash, I gave her what I could. Oh, and every night you spent without me doing up the town, I spent another night here wasted. and passed out on the ground. And I go into that liquor store to try to mask the pain. And if I drink myself to my own death, then I can't cry your name. It ain't the life I wanted, but the one I will maintain, all thanks to years of tears and whiskey and cocaine. I go into that liquor store to justify the way that his right hand's inside your dress. You are calling out his name. The life I always wanted, where it went I can't explain. It's lost in years of tears and whiskey and cocaine. I watched it all go down the drain.